Hey basketball players, today I am going to be breaking down Anthony Davis's defense. So if you are a power forward, this is definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. So in this first clip, we have Anthony Davis defending Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is going to be driving on his strong side on Anthony Davis. Now, one of the things that Anthony Davis does extremely well right here is that he's able to shuffle the whole distance and stay on the hip of Jimmy Butler. And if you are a taller player than the player you are guarding, your whole main goal is to stay at the very least on that player's hip. And what I mean by this is he's able to stay low and stay beside Jimmy Butler. At this point, they are now running in tandem, and what we have Anthony Davis do here is he kicks that left foot down to the ground, which now allows him to stop his forward momentum and to go pretty well straight up into the air to try and block this shot. You do not want to jump into the player you are defending. You want to jump straight up. And that's what he is able to do here, and he is able to block Jimmy Butler's shot because he was able to stay on the hip of Jimmy Butler and jump straight up instead of into his man to block that shot. And as we can see here, which is an even closer view, we see that left foot get kicked down, and now he's able to jump straight up and then block that shot. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, he can only do this next play because he's massively tall. Well, yes, that does help, but if you are taller than other players on your team, you can do this as well. So here we have Anthony Davis playing help side defense. He needs to get in front of that player and either take a charge or go up and contest the shot. Now, in the NBA, they do have that half circle where if you make any contact with the player in there and you're not staying straight up, it's automatically free throw. And of course, you don't want that. So what Anthony Davis does is, yes, he jumps from inside of that mark, but he goes straight up. He does not go into his player. He does not make any contact with his player. His player makes contact with him. And then he's able to block that shot. That whole time, he is watching where that ball is going. He's noticing, hey, he's going up for that dunk. I now need to put 100% of my attention onto that ball while going still straight up into the air. And I'm really stressing straight up into the air and not into the player so that you can get that block. Now, this is just a massive mistake on Ja Morant's part, but he went up for a left-handed dunk and he cocked it almost behind his head. If you've got a tall player who is basically breathing down your neck, you want to do a jump stop in front of that player, make that player go over your back, but when you do that jump stop, you want to then go straight up so that that player goes into your body, and then decide when you're in the air if you want to go up on the right or left side depending on where his hand is really going. But because he wanted to go up for a dunk, what happens here is Anthony Davis just turns around and goes after the ball, not the arm, not the body, no nothing, anything else, and gets that block shot. And I can almost guarantee you he was in a ton of pain, because I've been blocked like that before, where you try to go for a dunk and you get blocked from behind. That really hurts right there on your back. And we see this same form once again. We have a player who has beaten a defender, LeBron James in this case, and then we have Anthony Davis who plants both of his feet, and then he jumps straight up to block this shot. Straight up. It doesn't matter if that player makes contact with you. It's not a foul unless you make contact with him. And of course, he was able to block that shot, and it's not a foul. So what we have here is Anthony Davis having to be forced to guard a point guard / shooting guard out on the perimeter. So he's able to then run with his player, still keeping his hips facing that player. Now, if this player really wanted to cross him up, he would have just been able to do a quick cross over to this side and then do a step back, and he would have been lost. So if you're an offensive player going up against a player like this who's running with you, that's just something you could do. But he was able to then do a quick stop behind the back. And what we see here to be able to stay with his player is he hops in. See that hop? Right there. Hop. Hop. He hops into his stop so that now he can recover and, of course, block that jump shot. So the lesson here, not just for the offensive side, but the lesson here for the defensive side is to hop into any time you need to stop quickly. Instead of going step, and then turn back, you want to hop into your stop and then turn back so you can, of course, hopefully get that block. So we've all heard about help defense from this side coming over to help a guard with a center or whatever it may be, but we've never really talked about how a perimeter defender could come down and play help defense, especially with a troubled defender down in the post. And what we have here is Anthony Davis, who then takes a step down. He takes a quick step down. As soon as this player picks up that ball, he knows that that player is going to look to attack the rim, and especially when he has a smaller guard on him, you should automatically know as a perimeter defender that he wants to get to the rim. And because of that, you can take a step down, and then you can help out by blocking the ball from behind or from beside, and then at least you've got yourself not a basket against your team. This is a very important skill to learn, to know when that offensive player is going to 100% without stopping attack the rim, which then allows you to double team down. But it is risky because he could have left open multiple three-point shooters. But again, if you know that player is 100% about getting to the rim, you can drop down, and I would much rather have, in most cases, a 3-point shot than a 2-point shot in close. These are much lower percentage than these, especially when you've got that much of a height advantage going against you. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player, and I'll see you guys again next time.